the real reason why everybody's worried about October 4th. I've been getting a lot of messages, comments from you guys on this, so I wanted to definitely touch base on that. How are you guys doing today? We're also going to discuss what's going to be happening in less than 10 days. And, but before we get into that, did you guys see that clip of President Biden where he like just starts shouting out of nowhere? I just thought that was kind of wild. Never a dull moment with that guy. And he was saying how it's not a vacation. He just says that he's staying at his Rehoboth beach house because he had nowhere to go. Thought that was kind of interesting. Janet Yellen came out saying that Americans should anticipate a decline in the U.S. dollar as the world's reserve currency. Well, that doesn't make you feel very good. Definitely doesn't make me feel very good. What about you guys? Do you feel confident in the world reserve currency, the U.S. dollar as we know it? So anyway, I watched a rather interesting, a rather lengthy interview by Robert Kiyosaki, and he was saying how America is one of the most corrupt countries. He was like, pointing to President Biden and looking at him as being one of the biggest criminals that he had ever seen. He said he's a terrible man, and basically the reason that he knows this is because he's a capitalist. So basically, Robert is saying that he's a capitalist, right? And he's saying that Biden's a communist. So in 2020, Biden gets elected by beating Donald Trump, who is a capitalist, right? But the communists and the socialists and the crooks hate him, right? And so Robert, Kiyosaki, he's an oil guy. He's an oil guy. He owns oil wells like ExxonMobil and Chevron. And, basically the rich, they own commodities. So rich people, they own commodities, right? And there was this pipeline that was running from Canada to the Gulf of Mexico, but Biden went ahead and cut that off. So you might be wondering, like, well, what does this mean? Well, basically, he was selling oil back in the day. Robert Kiyosaki was selling oil back in the day for like $30 a barrel. Then all of a sudden, oil shot up to $130 a barrel. And he knew exactly what President Biden was doing at the time. He says, and this is his words, he says that he was going to destroy the middle class. And that was his plan. And so there would be two classes of people at that point, right? So you'd have two classes of people. There would be rich and pretty much everybody else would be poor. So he's saying that Biden's a communist and that the other guys are capitalists. So you guys let me know what you guys think about that. I'm not sure your take on that, but drop me some comments. Let me know what your take is on that. By the way, I should have done a sound check. Are you guys able to hear me? Drop me some comments down below. Let me know if the sound is coming through okay. Hopefully you guys can hear me. And also drop a like for the video. Let's see if we can get this pushed out so more people can get this information today. Let's see. Whatever forever. She says, whatever forever. Yes, you sound great. James Moore, all good, brother. James Moore, not at all confident in the U.S. dollar. Surely judgment is upon the land. Prophecy is continuing to unravel. It's kind of wild, guys. Some wild stuff going on out here. So I've been getting a lot of comments and questions about October 4th. What's going on with October? Do we need to prepare for October? What's going on, right? So lots of things are going on in October. But in particular, I think it's really crucial that we just kind of have a little bit of a conversation about it, and while this might just be my perspective, I definitely think that it's essential to kind of think about what's going on in October critically and about the situation, and not just what's happening in October, but just general awareness and general preparedness going forward, because there's always going to be something. And so basically what's happening on October 4th, well, basically it's like this test. Michael Napolis says, no, I can't hear you. Hopefully, Michael, can you close your app and maybe reopen the YouTube app? Maybe it's just needs to get rebooted because it looks like other people are able to hear me. Hey guys, do me a quick favor. Just drop a quick comment. Yes, I can hear you in the comment section down below. If you can hear me, I just want to make sure it's not just Michael having that hearing issue. Um, so basically, I can hear you. We're going to be alive on 1010. That's my birthday. Generation X. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to be alive on 1010. Great. Thank you guys for confirming. James Moore, Michael, Vincent B. Thank you. So, yeah, there's this test that's going on, and it's been done a few times before, and it's basically got the potential to impact all of our smart devices. Pretty sure most of you guys have smart devices in your homes. You might have smartphones, smart, appliances and whatnot, tablets. Um, maybe even your cars are smart. So anyway, this test has the ability to, reach anything from, any smart device really, from phones to TVs. And what's kind of concerning is that this test can pretty much override any setting and any preferences that you have on your phone, including things like the Amber alerts and the emergency alerts, right? So it's just a stark reminder of just, how closely our devices can just monitor us, right? You ever have a conversation and all of a sudden, you start getting ads related to something you and your friend were talking about, maybe you and your spouse, and it's just like, why am I all of a sudden get these ads showing up? Or, you have a conversation and all of a sudden stuff starts showing up on Facebook and you're like, what in the world? Or you're on Instagram or TikTok, for example, and you just start seeing these ads that are pertinent to what you just discussed. And you didn't talk to anybody outside the room you're in. Anyway, so clearly the devices are listening. So you wonder, well, who all has access to this control? Anyway, so, one puzzling aspect is, just why this technology wasn't used during some of the more recent emergencies that we had. Think about the Maui wildfires. Why didn't they use this technology then? Think about how many people could have been saved if they leveraged the technology that they're testing here in October for the horrible atrocities that took place over in Lahaina, Maui, Hawaii. It really makes you wonder. It makes you wonder why that wasn't used. Now, if it's meant to keep us safe, why wouldn't it be deployed during one of the more critical moments? I mean, I'm just saying, right? And it also kind of raises suspicions about the true purpose behind this test, right? Now, the bigger issue here is, why are they really doing this? There's always a reason. There's always a bigger, less discussed reason for these tests. We'll just call them tests, right? But the bigger issue here is the overall level of surveillance and the data collected and the amount of data that's collected every single day. Getting a lot of comments over here, guys. Beyond PC says prophecy becomes self-fulfilling because it creates a non-zero value that people obsess about, ultimately incrementing an infinitesimal value toward one manifestation. Okay, that's a pretty interesting perspective on that one. Beyond PC. Yeah, James Moore. I'm wondering the same thing. Why didn't Hawaii get the same level of emergency preparedness, right? They had allegedly some of the most sophisticated alarm systems and alert systems on the planet. Really, really doesn't hurt to ask why. Yeah, I agree with you. But yeah, it's not just October 4th. It's all about, it's about the world that we live in, right? Like, where our every move can be tracked. And we're sharing so much information about ourselves through our devices without even really knowing it, without even realizing it. I think the people watching this channel right now are definitely aware of it. I think you guys are a little bit or a lot more aware than the average group of people. By the way, if you guys are enjoying the content, drop a quick like for the video. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing to the channel for more content like this. But, beyond that, international developments and geopolitical tensions, they're also adding to this uncertainty. You got diplomatic relations and global politics. These things can quickly escalate, right? And these things potentially could lead to emergencies. So it makes you wonder, with the whole WHO and whatnot, is something being prepared that we're not aware of right now? or publicly. I think we're seeing a little bit more and more details come out and unfold every single day. But anyway, I just can't stress enough the importance of being prepared for any kind of situation. Not just the one for October 4th, but we should just kind of prioritize just taking care of our families and ourselves. While we hope for help in emergencies, we should also be self-reliant and pretty much, kind of ready to face whatever kind of unexpected challenges that we might face, whether it's October 4th or September, whatever the month happens to be. Just be ready, guys. So I'm really interested in hearing you guys' thoughts on this. Drop me some comments down below. Drop a quick like for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. I know it was a late one, but I just wanted to kind of quickly get this message out to you. Again, I look forward to reading you guys' comments, and I'll see you on the next one. Y'all be safe.